Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about cars which are suitable for twins and people whose families are expanding. So I've already talked about the Nissan Qashqai Plus 2 and you can see it out there, and this is a fabulous car. It does everything that you want it to do. It doesn't do it with great exuberance or thrill or anything like that, but it's a nice safe car with an NCAP rating of 5. It just does everything mediocrely, which is not a bad thing. It just means it doesn't do it with any flair or panache or anything like that. Its engine just drives away nicely, doesn't accelerate very fast, but just a nice safe car. Now I'm going to swing over to this other vehicle here, which is a Toyota. Now the Toyota Alphard is, as you can see, quite a sizable difference from the Nissan Qashqai. Even though that's a 5+2, you can actually see the size difference quite easily between the two. This is an 8-seater vehicle, and as you can see, it's got a moonroof which is open, it's got the roof rack, and it's got a sunroof also which is open. But you'll also notice it's got the sliding doors at the back on both sides, and these can be electric or non-electric depending which car you buy. It's got sonars front and rear, and it also has a reversing camera and all the things that you would expect from a modern car. However, this car is approaching 19 years old. Why is it so high-tech? Well, it's a Japanese import. Now, Japanese imports were considered a bad thing before, because parts were very difficult to get and the insurance companies looked badly on them. However, things have moved on. We're in 2021 and everything is completely changed. So let's go down and have a look at the vehicle closer up. And here I am on ground level looking at the Toyota Alphard. I'm just going to walk around it and let you have a look yourself at what it looks like. Okay, so remember, this is a 20-year-old vehicle almost, and still in great shape, because Japan, they really look after their vehicles. They don't have the same problems that we have with rust and bad weather. So of course there is areas in Japan which does have quite snowy conditions, and you want to try and avoid those ones when you come to purchasing a vehicle. Now, how good is this at being the 5+2? Well, I think this may be close enough to being the ultimate 5+2 you can get. That including all the Mercedes Vianos and the Volkswagens as well. So let's have a look. So we're just going to open up the doors and have a peek. Let's go in, and welcome to the world of the Toyota Alphard. So there you go. You can see the space levels you've actually got there. It's quite a lot. The seats are in conference seating just now, but they do rotate around. Middle seats do rotate round into regular format, which is really the format you'll be using if you've got children. You'll be probably wanting ISOFIX on these seats, especially if you've got twins. So you're looking for this kind of marking here, which is a latch. On these early Alphards, they only have 2 ISOFIX, one there and one on the other side of the outer seat. Now imagine this rotates around, so I'll show you that a little bit later when I rotate them around. But at least this gives you an option of when you've got adults, etc., you're traveling short journeys, great. This is perfect for them. Now, you'll also notice that it comes with its own backseat passengers controls for heating and sunroof and stuff like that. This particular one comes with controls for curtains and curtains at the back, so the curtains go across there and can, basically close up and make it into a nice kind of like dark space for kids. The windows, as you've probably noticed, are already shaded, which is perfect for when you're traveling children. You don't want to wake them up with bright lights, etc. So this is perfect. The back ones are always tinted. This one in particular has limousine tint. You'll notice it from the outside. Now, as I said, it's a 20-year-old car, so we're expecting things to be possibly less modern. But if you look at the front, that's a DVD player on the front, because it's an aftermarket radio. It just slots in there quite easily. It's got enough USB ports, etc., which again you can just buy and just pop in. It's got electric windows, front and rear, electric moonroof, as I mentioned earlier. It's got the sunroof up there, and it's got the sonars as well. So we can move over to the front. So it has sonars with you know, these little radar detectors for when you're reversing, parking sensors, and there you get an idea. Lots of storage. You got a box up here, another cubby hole down there. We've got cubby holes down the sides as well. Speakers all over the place. And what else have we got in this vehicle? Oh, we've got more electrics down here, more switches to control the curtains, electric sunroofs again, being controlled from this area. More cubby holes, and again you've got drink cubby holes on the doors there, and also on the side doors as well. You've also got this these areas over here, which is where the light comes up. So it's not the harsh lighting you would normally get from the lights when the doors open. It's more like a courtesy kind of roof lighting, which is just perfect for helping kids stay asleep. So as I said, this is quite an old vehicle, but the one thing you'll notice is that the seats still look pretty good even after this many years. And in fact, these are the original carpets as well from the vehicle. So a 20-year-old vehicle still with carpets, which are absolutely fantastic. Now these are the carpet mats. You'll notice that it's got further carpets underneath it as well. So is this Toyota Alphard worth a visit when it comes to purchasing a vehicle for twins or multiple families? The answer is certainly yes. The format here, this is an 8-seater format vehicle, but it's an absolutely amazing vehicle for transporting people around. Now, the other good thing about it is that those seats right at the back flip upwards onto the side of so they go down and up against the windows to create a much larger expanse. And again, I can't really show you that just now, but imagine that whole of that back of the vehicle being big enough to take a chest of drawers easily. Okay, so I'm hoping you're getting to see a little bit more of the Toyota Alphard and how good it is for transporting people. Essentially, it's a luxury transport car. There's nothing quite like it in the UK market at all, including looking at high-end Vianos and looking at the high-end Volkswagen Transporters. This is an extremely comfortable vehicle, and this particular vehicle is not one of the highly spec'd ones either. This is just a regular 3-litre petrol version engine. You know, not one of the very high spec ones, but still a very reasonable and amazing vehicle for its age, and even comparing to modern cars today, it's a great vehicle. So where would you get one of these? There's many import places that actually specialize in bringing these vehicles into the UK so that they're ready to drive. They're fully licensed for the DVLA, and I'm just going to pop around and move around to the other side. They're fully licensed, ready to be driven in the UK. And one second, and you can just purchase one of these from one of the companies. You don't have to wait to have it delivered. You have to wait for it to be transferred over. A lot of companies do allow the option of buying it from Japan, but you're always kind of worried that the company could go bankrupt, or something happens that was unexpected. I'm just going to shut that door. Something unexpected happens to your vehicle, so I would prefer to always be able to see the vehicle and just get a rough feel of what it really looks like, you know, in the flesh, because then you know exactly what you're getting. You know your vehicle's good, it's in the UK, and it's ready to drive away. Also, you can look at the condition of the vehicle. As I said, buying an import is a bit of a risky business unless you actually get to see the vehicle before. Another thing I would advise you to do is to look really carefully at the vehicle itself, because I've shown you the conditions of the chairs on this particular car, and you can see they look as if they've never been used. Okay, now this is used by, I've had this 4 years, and the kids absolutely trash it. The kids absolutely trash this vehicle. So it's covered in mud, it's taken to the seaside, it works hard. And I've got 4 girls who just, as I said, just use the car for what it is, which is basically a holiday car. It just transports the girls back and forth. But look at the mileage that I've put on this vehicle. That's says 170,345. Part of that was in kilometers, so you're really looking at about 140,000 miles on this car, and it just starts and drives as if it would, as if any other car. It's exceptionally smooth, and quite a surprise when you come to consider that this is, as I said, 20 years old. When you're driving this car, it really is luxury at its best. Now, this, as I said, is a 20-year-old vehicle. You do get more modern version. This is the Mark 1. The Mark 2 comes with a 5-speed gearbox. This is a 4-speed gearbox. I was a bit worried that the 4-speed gearbox would be agricultural, but no, nothing like that whatsoever. It's a work of art. The Japanese have just made a fantastic transference of power. This thing just glides. The 5-speed gearbox apparently glides as well. Okay, there's not much in it except for a little bit better fuel economy. This thing will do about 23 miles per gallon for a 2-ton vehicle. That's exceptionally good. Could you convert it into LPG? The answer is yes. If the LPG stations near you, you can convert it to LPG. This one is converted into LPG. When I purchased it, I asked for it, and LPG runs. It costs about 55p a litre, and petrol costs about £1.20 a litre. You get about 20 miles per the gallon of LPG, and you get about 23 miles per gallon on petrol. As I said, it's such a powerful vehicle that you're going to feel you're in control of your surroundings. Visually, it's really quite easy to park this car, particularly because of the reversing cameras, etc. that you've got. I'll just start the engine up, and you can have a look at that. If you just give me a second. Okay, I'm just going to pop the reversing camera. It takes a little bit of time for the head unit to come on. We'll just talk anyway. So visually, it's looks like a big car, but it's actually quite easy. It drives like a car, which is just an amazing. I've tried the Vianos, and I've tried the Volkswagens, and I just didn't feel the attachment to them. The luxury on this vehicle is exceptional. With other vehicles, Viano and the Volkswagen as well, you feel like you're driving a van which is being converted into a car. So here we go. I'm just going to pop this into reverse, and there we go. Reversing cameras on. Okay. Now I can cut the engine. So yes, so do I think this is a great vehicle? Yes, it's a great vehicle. Cost wise, you could pick these up for about £4,000. It's always good to know the history of the vehicle as best as you can, know which dealer it came from. Some dealers have a better history of selling genuine cars than others. There's a lot of accident damaged cars, a lot of modified cars. I'm not a great fan of modifying this Toyota Alphard, although you'll notice I put different wheels on it, and it's slightly lower down because I like the feel of a lower down car. But if you're looking for a vehicle which is just going to take you from A to B beautifully and just in a luxurious manner, then that's the one to go for. Okay, I hope this has been useful, and please have a look at the other Toyota Alphard repair videos that I've done. The one thing I should really mention also is that if you're looking for spare parts in the UK, this is more or less a Previa. It shares components with the Lexus 350 RX 350 or RX 300, I think it is, or RX 300. Same engine, and for the 3 litre. It also comes in a 2.4 litre format. This is a fantastic car. This video will never do it justice. It's far too short. But one thing I would say to you is have a look at this vehicle. And the reason for it is because it's not about just fitting your kids into you know, 5 kids into a vehicle. It's not about fitting 4 kids into vehicles. It's about taking all the luggage and traveling in style and in safety. There's enough space at the back of this vehicle, so if you ever are involved in an accident, it's a lot of space and a lot of metal between you and any other vehicle. The Japanese take vehicle safety very, very seriously. So my advice to you is go out there, find a dealer that you can trust. As I said, get recommendations, find a dealer that you can trust, and just go down and have a look at this vehicle. You'll find that they hold their value very well, and their reliability is exceptional. It's Lexus reliability. These things just run, and I'm quite sure I can take this down 300,000 miles without any issue whatsoever. So that's another 7-seater that you should be considering for twins and triplets and multiple berths and multiple families. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed this video, please click on subscribe, and also have a look at my other videos as well.